Hey, welcome back all you crazy, interesting, and amazing top 10ers. Top 10ers are you guys. You guys keep coming back to the show and we love you for it. You guys are the best fans in the world. So let me know what top 10 videos you would like to see next. So this right here is the top 10 horrible movie endings. So let me know, what do you guys think is the worst movie ever? So let's get right into this. As usual, let's start off this list in at number 10. Okay, so we're starting off talking about the very iconic movie Titanic. And yeah, you guys know where I'm going with this one.
I'll never let go. I promise.
Titanic, I think it's safe to say that everyone knows how that movie, the ending was, and of course I'm referring to the Titanic sinking. So at the end of the movie, Jack and Rose are treading water in the ocean, and Jack finds a door for Rose to rest on. The problem with the ending is that it's pretty clear that there was enough room on this freaking door for two of them to fit on. They both could have survived. The whole concept of Jack's death just made it seem like the director was so desperate for an emotional ending, and you know what? It was emotional, but it had a little bit of people frustrated as well. Drifting our way into number 9, we're talking about Castaway. This movie makes it onto our list because Tom Hanks had a better relationship with his volleyball than he did with his wife. After this epic story about a man surviving on an island after his plane crashes, he is finally rescued years later, only to discover that his wife is now married to another man, and the happy reunion that everyone was holding out for did not happen. And if that wasn't enough, the FedEx package that Tom Hanks' character kept with him on the island the entire movie finally gets delivered, and we still don't find out what it was. What if it was like a satellite phone or a GPS tracker? He could have been saved like day one. Okay, so driving our way into number 8, we're talking about the movie Grease. For starters, at the end of the movie, Danny and Sandy thought they had to undergo a complete transformation for the other one to like them. Sandy even took up smoking to try to impress him, Danny Zuko, aka John Travolta. But that's not even the most offensive part in the movie. Okay, so there was a part where the car starts like driving and then it starts flying at the end of it. Flying cars shouldn't even be anywhere near reality. I mean, this is Rydell High School. Is this supposed to be Hogwarts or something? And why aren't Danny and Sandy scared? I mean, they just blasted off into the sky. Okay, so the Forgotten, I never forgot about it, but it made its way onto this list in at number 7. So in this movie is a mother grieving about her child that died in a plane, and she's the only one who seems to remember that they ever existed. Everyone around her denied that her son was ever alive. So this is an interesting plot, but then it started to get stupid. Like, I'm talking about really fast. The writers came up with the idea that aliens actually kidnapped her child. So the directors are probably like, how do we end this movie where we have this woman who's the only one who remembers her son? You know what? Let's just add aliens. Let's just throw them into this one. It's gonna make sense. Well, it doesn't make sense. Aliens in the end of a movie is just, oh my god, and it happens over and over again. And at number 6, we're talking about the movie War of the Worlds. Basically, extraterrestrials invaded Earth and the future of humankind is in danger. Alright, so getting back to the terrible ending, and maybe I just don't like movies with aliens in it. First, there was a part where all of these aliens died from an infection within seconds of each other. And then there was another part where the whole family is reunited, spotless, and happy with no injuries, and with absolutely no explanation of how they got there. Okay, the movie 23 makes its way not as the number 23, but let's subtract a few, and right now we're in at number 5. So Jim Carrey's character, and there's not many movies you can say that Jim Carrey, he didn't play in a good movie, but this ending, I don't know. So his character goes on a quest to find out who wrote a book that he's reading, and it's about the number 23, and this number is everywhere. When this ridiculous quest ends, after 2 weeks, we find out that he is actually the one that's been writing in this book. The ending was horrible because this movie spends its final half an hour explaining all of the events that added up to the most convenient coincidences that would never happen in real life. So quickly, Jim Carrey's dad killed himself and left a suicide note that consisted of the number 23. He became so obsessed with the number, he ended up stabbing a woman who cheated on him and buried her in the park. Jim Carrey then went to his hotel room, 23, and wrote a book on the number. He left out chapter 23, which revealed his identity. And then he jumped off the balcony and he suffered from amnesia. So he forgot everything that happened in his past, including he He's the one that wrote this book, and he was going nuts about this book is about my life. Yeah, it was all about your life. Okay, so in at number 4, this one might surprise you guys, but there's a reason why it made it so high up on this list. I'm talking about the movie Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. So during the ending, it showed the Ewoks dancing and the rebellion hugging it out. A lot of the Star Wars fans thought that George Lucas used the Ewoks as a ploy and marketing strategy to sell Ewok memorabilia. Also, Episode 6 is arguably one of the best Star Wars films, so fans were very disappointed at the ending of this movie. Harrison Ford actually said it was the ending of an epic saga and it ended with a teddy bear's picnic. And at number 3, we have the movie Signs. Okay, so if you haven't seen this movie, well, it's basically about a priest who attempts to protect his family from the extraterrestrial invader. So in the end, we find out that the alien's weakness is water. So why come to Earth where our planet is actually consists of about 80% of water? It's literally the only thing that can kill them, and it's all over our planet. They're supposed to be super intelligent beings, and they weren't able to figure out that water is completely lethal to them. Alright, so we're nearing the end of this list. We're in at number 2, and I'm talking about the movie Lucy. I remember this one. I just watched this not too long ago, and the ending just confused me, and I figured out that I just wasted my whole life watching it. The movie is a sci-fi thriller starring Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. This is Morgan Freeman. What is he doing in a bad movie? It had potential until the ending. It's like the TV show Lost. I loved it until the ending. Let's just not have endings in movies. So it's about a woman who learns to use 100% of her brain. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't. Because at the end of the movie, Scarlett Johansson transforms into an immortal being, which makes her able to control people, objects, and she's traveling through time? Really? It's pretty ridiculous, but at the end of the movie, she transforms into like a futuristic computer and utters the words, "I am everywhere." It's so terrible. I lost 89 minutes of my life. I'm never gonna get it back. And I'm pretty sure at the end of this movie, Lucy turned into God. Okay, so we've all made it into the number 1 spot. Let's quickly recap of just horrible endings. We've talked about Titanic, where, you know what, both of the people could have fit on the door and Jack could have lived. We look back at how dumb the flying car was in Greece. We visited the dancing Ewoks in Star Wars. We just talked about Lucy, who, did she just turn into God? So what movie has the most horrible ending to it? Well, in at number 1, and I'm talking about The Devil Inside. So this movie follows a young woman filming a documentary about, you guys guessed it, exorcisms in order to find out more about her mother, who committed 3 murders while being exorcised. It appears that the main character followed her mother's footsteps, and after causing some mayhem at a hospital, her 2 friends drag her into the car. However, the movie ends with her appearing to possess the driver and steers them into oncoming traffic. The screen cuts to a black and a title card informs the audience that the case is still unsolved. What? This isn't even really an ending to a movie. I just watched something and now you're making me do work. Like, I'm not in school anymore. There's a reason why I'm not in school. I don't want to go research it. I want to be able to watch it. Why do you think every time I had to like pick a book for book club or whatever, I made sure that there was a movie on it? See, I was smart. I'm not really sure what happened to the ending of this movie. It had so much negative attention to it, and plans for a sequel for this was instantly canceled. The director of the film were getting so many emails of people just demanding their money back. Well, there you guys have it. That was the top 10 most horrible endings in movies. Let me know if I've missed any in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to do this whole thing all over again with you guys very, very soon. So let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section below. These videos is a whole lot of fun to make. I really love it. I love that you guys keep coming back. If you guys want to continue watching videos, just beside me, there's 2 of them. There's 2 top 10 videos. Maybe you guys missed out on them. We're uploading every single day. Some days we're going to put out 2 for you guys. Let me know what top 10s you want to see in the next video in the comment section below. But that's it for me, guys. I've done my share of talking. I'm going to do the wave thing now and say bye. Bye.